Joan and Jerry with I Love RV Life.
Well, it's been 2 years since we bought our Montana. We bought it in February of 2022. The previous fifth wheel we had a lot of miles on it, was getting a bit rickety, and it was time for an upgrade after 8 years. It had a lot of miles, a lot of travel, a lot of stays, and we were looking for something that was more substantial, and Montana fit all those needs that we had at that specific time. It's been a great fifth wheel. We've enjoyed it a lot, and so many people contact us. We pull into the campground, it still looks shiny and new even after 2 years, and people ask us, you know, we're looking at upgrading our fifth wheel. What do you think of the Montana? We all have a good conversation about that, or we get comments on our YouTube channel or from our contact page at ilovervlife.com asking us, you know, how we like the Montana. So I thought after 2 years we would kind of give you our likes and dislikes, the few problems we have, hasn't been many, after thousands and thousands of miles of travel, few modifications, and I thought it was maybe a great time for an update for that. So Joan, let's start with you. What is your first like about our new Montana?
I love our bedroom and master bath. The bathroom has a double vanity, a walk-in closet, a sit-down shower, and it's room for so many things. I love the bedroom with the queen-size bed. It gives us a very spacious bedroom area. I really like the makeup table that we have put in it, and the additional closet space that we did with putting chest of drawers in the closet.
One of the things that we did when we first got this, the very first thing that we did was we replaced the mattress. Now, this came with a king. We had the platform trimmed down to where we could put a queen in, and we used the Signature series. We absolutely love this mattress. It's extremely comfortable, isn't it, Jen?
Oh, very comfortable.
You get such a great night's sleep. They are just amazingly comfortable. It doesn't matter whether you're a back or side or stomach sleeper. They have these coils and different layers of foam. They're just wonderful. And it's not just something inside of a fifth wheel that you want to be able to consider. They also have mattresses that fit well within your pull behinds, and even if you want to upgrade, say, your bunk mattresses for your children, they're fantastic. Here's the easy thing about this. You go to the website and you order your mattress. They deliver it to your front door. You bring it inside your camper, you take it out of the box, you open up the plastic, it expands, and literally within hours you can sleep on these. They're absolutely wonderful. But there's even more to that. They carry a 120-night sleep trial, a 10-year warranty, free shipping. All of these are made in Arizona, and it's just so simple to be able to order them. Look, go out to rvmattress.com and use the /ILoveRVLife, and you'll get 25% off of your mattress purchase using the code ILoveRVLife. Well, we would like to thank RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring today's video. One of the other things that I really like about the Montana is just the amazing amount of storage that we have throughout the fifth wheel. As you look here, we have so much overhead storage that we can put so many things in it. It's fantastic. We have a very large pantry. We've got an area that's really large for our pots and pans and those types of things. We even have this wonderful coffee bar that's over here, and storage above and beyond below that. Joan mentioned the walk-in closet that is so nice, storage under the bed, but once you leave the inside of the fifth wheel, even down below, we have a storage area up front that's big enough to put things like a big 3,500 watt inverter generator, some other things. But in the main storage bay, we have all kinds of chairs and tables, a 48 quart portable battery powered refrigerator, second refrigerator, and even enough room for us to be able to put our foldable e-bike in there. It really is nice. Now, Joan, you were mentioning about the bedroom. We did do a modification up there that was just for you.
Yes. We took the chest of drawers and turned it into a makeup station for me. And with the drawers and the extra closet that is in the bedroom, Jerry put our chest of drawers in that. So we have 6 chest of drawers, or 6 drawers in the chest, and then there's a space up top to fold t-shirts and jeans and things like that, and stack up there.
And I'll show you just this little shot of the video. It was something that wasn't very difficult for me to be able to do. It is a modification, but the bone structure was already here. It wasn't that I had to go in and do a whole lot of work. The chest of drawers were a little small for us, one thing, and Joan really wanted her personal space to where you could do your makeup. So she's got storage for, all of her specific needs for drying her hair and those types of things, toiletry items and that such. But then when we went into that spare closet, it really wasn't useful for anything else, was it? And we put very, very large slide-out drawers. Here you can see those, very, very large. So we're able to take a lot more clothes. And again, when we talk about all this clothing we carry, again, we travel between seasons.
Absolutely.
And we have to have those, we really need that space because we might not be home for a little while. Well, let me mention another one of my likes, and that is this main living space. I'll show you some of this. It has theater seating in it that we just absolutely love, the big screen TV. Then we have a 3-cushion couch that has a lot of space, and then as you look around the kitchen, it's all combined with the big 3-door refrigerator, and then Joan's coffee bar that you enjoy so much. You really like your coffee bar. We often refer to our Montana as a New York apartment that we pull behind a fifth wheel. When you really think about this and we throw the slides out, we have 2 large slides here in the living area and then the one in the bedroom. This opens up to be about 450 square feet, and it really, really is very, very comfortable. Now, Joan, one of the things that you were really wanting, and you mentioned that you talk about this all the time, is the color palette that was used in here, especially when we compared it to a much older one.
Yeah, the color is actually a bright gray coloring. It's an uplifting pattern, gray trimmed in black, and it's very soothing to come in and sit down in this area.
And we've got various shades. I mean, we have the cabinetry, the woodwork. You can kind of see some of the woodwork around us. I don't know how well the camera shows it from this angle. Again, I'll just show you a few things here. When you look at the floor, we have kind of like a gray wood paneling style floor. You can see the furniture is a kind of a matching shade to that. The walls are a nice bright color, and then the darker trim that you have in here, it really is pleasant, isn't it?
It is.
And before we had that dark brown stuff, and it seemed to weigh heavy on you over time. Well, my other like, this will be the last item of the likes, even though we could go on for a long time. I didn't think that I would like the hydraulic leveling system. Now, that hydraulic leveling system has been a huge time saver and convenience, hasn't it?
It has.
So before, with our other unit, we had the electric jacks in the front and then the electric stabilizers in the back. And we'd have to drive up on these leveling systems to lift the tires up and all that type of stuff. Sometimes, just depending on the challenges of the parking space that we were in, it might take, 15, 20 minutes, and it was aggravating because you're kind of going back and forth and checking it with a level, those types of things. This hydraulic leveling system is awesome. I mean, we back up, I unhook, I press the button, we stand back, and 5 minutes later we're walking into it with it all leveled. It really is a time saver, isn't it? And it just takes a lot of, you're already tired from a long day of travel. Last thing you want to be doing is spending all that time setting up and doing all that. So it really is a great benefit. Now, we did have a few problems. Let me go ahead and talk about those, but none of those problems impacted our travel. They were a bit of an inconvenience. So we'd had the fifth wheel 2 months, I think. We were coming back from Florida, and we had gotten home, and we were going to be home for like about 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. It was really hot that day, and I was going to roll out the awnings to get the sun off as we got some things out of the fifth wheel, and the awnings would not work at all. Neither. We got 2 awnings, and it was really odd. Both of them quit working immediately. So I had Joan, I disconnected the wires going to them, that type of thing, put a voltometer on it. We had power, so it seemed. We thought we had power, we had voltage. And I ended up contacting a local RV sales location that also supported Montana's. It was not where we bought. And they were able to fit us in, and come to find out, brand new, you know, this is brand new. It was 2 months old. The fuse location on our brand new power panel, I won't blame Montana for this as the manufacturer of the power panel, that fuse location had gone bad. It would let voltage go through, but not enough amperage to operate either one of the awnings that we had. It was just amazing. We changed it. We haven't had a problem since. Both awnings work without any problem. We did have, with the dealer that we bought this from, we had the slide out toppers put on, and on the big slide that we have over here where the entertainment refrigerator and stove is, they didn't install it properly and it would bind up, and that happened after about 3 or 4 months. We started having a lot of trouble with it, and I am a bit disappointed in them. They were going to make us wait 3 months and we needed to travel 3 months to be able to get it fixed. We were going to have to travel to them, give them 5 days, even though we had an appointment, give us 5 days to be able to fit it in. Then we would have been homeless for those 5 days if it was going to take them those 5 days, with no guarantees, they told us. And we'd had to stay in a hotel for that period of time. So I ended up having to repair the thing myself. I was a bit put off with that. I didn't think that that was a fair treatment. Now, here's something that's really, really interesting. We have never had good water pressure in here, have we? No. The showers have been lousy.
Yeah.
The water, I've been through a couple different of these pressure regulators, you know, that you put outside to make sure you don't blow your hoses out. And I always thought that they were bad, but they weren't. We had the same results. You would turn the tap on, you'd get an immediate surge, and then it would slow down. And so we've been putting up with that for 2 years, and I just thought, okay, there's something about this camper, that's just the way it works. I didn't know what was causing it. So I just recently did an electrical project that I'll be showing in a future video. But the divider between the storage area and underneath, when we took that down, you could see all the plumbing coming in. Here, I'll show you what happened. So inside the bay here, this is, you would call this a manifold, for lack of a better term, as ugly as it is. I know this is just a train wreck, isn't it? But look at this. This is our main water feed. Can you see it? It is kinked, just like you would a water hose to stop it from running. It is preventing probably greater than half of the water flowing into the main compartment of our fifth wheel. For the love of Pete, you would think that there was better quality control. That is so obvious. I mean, when I pulled this cover off here and saw that, it was like, good heavens, people. So, and what's even worse is you can't quite make it out here in the video, but these tops are white, so that's going to fatigue and eventually rupture. And we try to keep around 40, 45 pounds. It might prevent it. Has at least for 2 years, but there's an easy fix. I'm just going to use a cutter here. This is made for PEX. Gives a nice clean cut. There's one. Thought that was going to happen. Not too bad. There's the second one. Nice clean cut. Okay, just to prove that I'm human, I forgot that these were PEX A, so I had to go. Thank you, Ace Hardware. I had forgot that these things were PEX A's. So the first ones that I bought at the big box store didn't work, and guess what? They don't carry this size. None of them do. If you're using those little PEX rings that look like this, these little PEX rings, you're going to need a PEX crimping tool, and it looks like this. And it is so easy to use. You just get it right here on the end and go really, get it just right where I want it. There we go. And it will go all the way till it won't go anymore, and that is done. Repair number 1. There we go. we are going to have water pressure now. I'm going to be happy. Joan's going to be happy. So that is how you get rid of a kink in the tubing. Isn't that something? Goodness gracious. So it was just a few minutes to fix it, and now we've got incredible water pressure, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And it mattered so much we had to be careful at the sink. It splatters. We're having to learn how to use the sink again, and showers now are wonderful. So we've got all that as well. So it's been really nothing that again has impacted our travel or even made travel bad. Or it would have kept us from going somewhere. These problems have been really, really minor. Now, we did mention a few modifications. Joan talked about what we did up in the bedroom, and that has been just really great for you, hasn't it?
Oh, yes.
You've really enjoyed your makeup space in that larger area. But we did do a few other things, and what I'll do in the description below, I'll give you links of those videos if you would like. We really did beat up our previous gateway. The highways are so bad, so we put Sumo Springs on the axles here. That has been a phenomenal, phenomenal investment and very simple to install. And not only did it make, keep from tearing everything up on the inside of the fifth wheel, it stopped translating that movement when we'd hit those bad bumps up into the front of the truck. That would made it really uncomfortable, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so we did that. We put in that Cradle Point router for our work, so we have great internet inside the fifth wheel now. I built that slide-out tray for our 3,500 watt generator. Boy, that's been great being able to carry that, have it available when we need it. Haven't needed it much, but boy, when we have it, it's really great to have. We put lithium batteries in here. That has been a huge, huge improvement. We can make long travels now. We can stop overnight if we need to. We've got plenty of power to get us through 24 hours or longer, depending on how much sun we have. And then we do have a power station. If you've been watching the channel for any period of time, we've been looking at small to large power stations to where if we needed some supplemental power without a generator, without air conditioning, then we could run for a day or two and even longer with some external solar panels. So that's all the modifications we've done. We might do a little bit more tweaking here or there over time, but really the fifth wheel was built right.
Yes.
It's built comfortable. It's very well thought out. The design is really amazing,
Right,
isn't it?
right.
It's amazing. Well, there are a few dislikes. Joan, what was the first dislike that we created?
I suppose that to give up a king-size bed would be a dislike.
Right.
But our queen-size bed has actually been so much more usable. We have more room to walk around the bedroom, and I can sit and put makeup on without bumping into anything. So if you want to call that a dislike, giving up a king-size bed would be the only thing I would say.
And in these small bedrooms, those king-size beds, you can barely walk around them, and trying just a simple thing of making a bed is like an Olympic event, isn't it? So, yeah, we gave up a little space. We didn't give up any comfort. I mean, we used the Brooklyn bedding, and it is an extremely comfortable bed that we mentioned earlier. But, it gave us almost a foot of space on both sides, and that makes it a lot easier to get around. So that has been both some takeaway. I think the individual who dislikes it most is your kitty, Molly.
Yeah, me and Molly have to share space now.
I know.
And that's okay.
So Molly Kitty, she didn't protest much.
No, and she has found her way around the areas that does not have body parts.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Now, the other thing, again, is a trade-off, I would say. I guess we could call it dislike. So we did have to do a trade-off for living comfort. Again, we have had times when we've been in this for over 3 months. A period of time. We come home for a period of weeks. We take off again. Those types of things. So again, we want that apartment size feel, and I know people don't mind the smaller units, but we did want something that was comfortable for us. If we had somebody who visited with us, there was plenty of seating, there was plenty of places to eat here at the dinette that we were at that made it comfortable. But here was the trade-off. We're 42 feet long. My idea when we were going shopping was to get something about 36 feet. We ended up with 42 feet. Not only is it 42 feet, we're 20,000 pounds. Now, the downside has been there were campgrounds that we could stay at before because we were 40 feet, and now some of those campgrounds we can't go back to, oddly, because they have a limit at 40 feet. And I'm surprised at how many times we've seen that in our travels.
Right.
It hasn't stopped us from going where we wanted to go.
No.
We just may not be able to get our first choice of going into that campground.
But most campgrounds are really nice campgrounds, and there are some bigger campgrounds and some smaller campgrounds, and now we just choose the larger campgrounds.
And the campground that we're in right now, it has no problem taking 45 feet. As a matter of fact, they got some spaces that are 100 feet for people who are, pulling big trailers and things like that with motorcycles or cars or something like that. So again, we just have to do our due diligence just a little bit more for doing that. And then we're pulling with an F350 dually, and the truck doesn't even, it could care less. We've gone up into the mountains and we've had no issues whatsoever. So I think overall, this has been a great purchase, and I don't want to speak for you, but I'm incredibly happy with the Montana.
Oh, I am too. It's something that you can, two people can live in and enjoy and feel space, and so I just think it's great.
Yeah, and I could go on and on and on about the construction, the I-beam construction. I didn't think that was a big deal. It is super, super strong. We haven't had any issues with flex. I know there's a lot of videos talking about flex. We haven't had a single issue in 2 years. Absolutely zero evidence. This one was very, very well built. The aluminum frame that makes up the flooring is very sturdy. It's not spongy. It does no bounce whatsoever. This thing has zero bounce. It's really great. It is very well built, very well designed, and really tows like a dream. It's really great. Well, I hope this update was interesting. If you're thinking about buying a fifth wheel, again, if you want to look at Montanas, we don't represent them. We don't represent Keystone. We have no affiliation whatsoever with them, or even with the RV dealership that we bought this from. We bought this ourselves, but we've been happy with the platform and all things about it. Even the little bit of minor warranty work was just a snap of the finger. It was a phone call, a validation, and they got us right in right away. It has just been really, really pleasant. For that one time we had to do some warranty, so it's really been good. Everything else has been trivial, and I was able to fix it. Well, thank you so much for watching this today. I hope this has been informative and you enjoy things like this. We really do appreciate it, and we share these things for one reason, don't we, Joan?
Because we love RV life.
Yeah, we do love RV life. We hope to see you in the campground soon.